Yeah, 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 yeah. Let me tell you about a movement that was riding real high. Red hats everywhere, flags waving in the sky. They said make it great again, bring the prices down. Now the gas pumps laughing and the bass left town. The polls came in looking like a horror scene. 31% approval on the economy. White working class voters, the backbone of the deal, started reading their receipts and said, bro, this ain't real. Fox News ran the numbers, even they got quiet. 24 points dropped, tried to hide it, couldn't hide it. From 84 to 60, that's a Fox News poll. When your own cheerleaders blink, that tells the whole scroll. They said the base is solid, said the base won't crack. Then the base checked the gas bill and they didn't come back. Media spinning left, media spinning right. Meanwhile the working man is up at 3 at night. MAGA collapse begins, the polls don't lie. Or do they? That's the question. Let me break it down, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Now here comes the media with the celebration dance. Maddest touch got the microphone doing victory laps in advance. Fully abandoned, screaming from the headline loud, but 40% still clapping somewhere in that crowd. See, that's the part they edit out before the segment ends. The hardcore isn't leaving, they just quiet down and blend. Erosion is an implosion, the crack ain't a collapse, but nuance doesn't trending on the algorithm maps. Left media needs the drama just as much as the right. Both sides selling panic just to keep you up at night. One says total meltdown, one says nothing's wrong. Meanwhile the actual number sitting there all along. Hold on, let's slow this down. Who's funding Midas Touch and who's running this town? A lawyer with a mic and a democratic lean, calling it a newscast, you know what that means. Not saying the data's wrong, the data's right there. 31 on the economy, that number's rare. But Carmen blindsided in the opening line. That ain't journalism, that's a feeling dressed as a sign. And on the other side, the White House said relax. The base is not wavering, straight face with no facts. When your own approval tank 40 points with your crowd, you don't say everything's fine, you just say it loud. Now the Iran war entered the chat around spring. 68% worried about the whole thing. Gas prices climbing, the mood getting dark. Trump said prices drop after the crowd said when March. MTG went rogue, that's the interesting part. She was day one loyal, now she's breaking apart. Epstein files cost a living, she went to the mic. When your loudest defender starts to sound like a strike. Indiana senators voted against the map. Even the red states starting reading the gap. The midterms are coming and the math doesn't add. And both parties know a swing seat makes them glad. They said the base is solid, said the base won't crack. Then the base checked their grocery bill and they didn't come back. The media's performing but the data's still there. 40 points down with your own people, that's a minor wear. MAGA collapse begins, but there's erosion, just rhyme better with the spin. Either way somebody's losing, and the question is when, what it's all for. Nobody, nobody, what it's all for. Yeah, yeah. Nobody asked the receipts, the receipts don't talk back. They just sit in your pocket with the undeniable fact that the gap between the promise and the pump is wide. And that's not left or right, that's just the other side. Iran, Lego. We animate what they abbreviate. Let's talk about the numbers that nobody wants to frame. 9 college white voters, 66% is game. That was 2024, that was the foundation stone. Now 40 points and net approval gone and blown. That's not a media spin, that's a structural tear. When the people who built you start breathing different air. They didn't leave for the left, they didn't switch the team. They just stopped feeling the promise inside the dream. VR in operation got a name, called it Epic Fury. Sounded strong on paper, but the gas pump was the jury. 68% worry, 57 stressed, 29 felt proud. Do the math on the rest. Now the young males who crossed over back in 24. Latino voters, black voters who opened the door. The winning coalition that surprised the pollsters. Then the CBS and CNN numbers said don't count on them again. 30 to 44-year-olds disapproving strong. The trend line moving downward, been moving all along. 5 record lows broken inside of just 1 week. That's not a bad cycle, that's a structural leak. And the MAGA label itself is getting complicated. 50% Republican tradition will not MAGA stated. The brand is separating from the party in the room, like a product getting quietly pulled before the doom. But wait, let's flip the camera back the other way. Every outlet has a reason for the things they say. MSNBC needs to collapse to feed the cycle. CNN needs the drama to keep the ratings vital. Right-wing media says nothing wrong, move along, stay calm. While the Fox poll quietly dropped to 20 24-point bomb. Every network editing the reality they need, because attention is the currency and panic is the feed. So when you see the headline screaming total MAGA fall, read the actual poll numbers before you hear the call. Erosion is a process, not a single breaking data. Working man just checking if the promise is okay. Phil Weiser's in Colorado making his campaign rounds. Democratic AG running on the midterm grounds. Both parties watching every district, every state, because the midterm math is where the real decisions weighed. If the Republicans lose the Congress in the fall, then the second term agenda hits a legislative wall. And 2028 becomes a wide open field with no incumbent advantage and no base as a shield. That's the long game underneath the noise today. Not the drama of the headline, but the electoral play. Every poll released for somebody's ammunition, every number weaponized for somebody's position. So here's the Lego version. Watch it render clear. Plastic senators arguing while the prices disappear. A tiny plastic podium, a tiny plastic crowd. Tiny plastic promises announced extremely loud. The animation renders what the cameras miss. A moving, checking mirrors, asking how did it get like this? The base was never monolithic, never one pure block. Some voted hope, some voted fear, some just voted shock. And now the shock is wearing off and the receipts are speaking. The gap between a rally and the grocery store is leaking into the polling data, into the midterm map, into the 40-point approval rating gap. This is not a eulogy, the story isn't done. There's no collapse, it's total while there's still an angry one. But erosion has a timeline and the timeline has a name. And the 2026 midterms are about to play the game. I Lego, we build it brick by brick. The news is moving faster than the narrative can stick. When the plastic settles down and the render clears the screen, the numbers are still numbers, and the receipts stay mean. Woo!